Hey y'all, we're back again. I am going to put good use of those fun little embeds we made last time here, the eggs and bacon. So I've got good ideas for this, and I'll tell you right now because obviously I already did it as I am editing this. It came out great. I'm excited. I'm using a maple pecan. I don't know however you want to pronounce it where you're from. I'm sorry, I say pecan. Pecan. It's not overly sweet actually. It doesn't really smell like a maple pecan pie or anything like that to me. It just smells kind of I don't know, rustic. Um and so I'm going to be using yellow, orange, and red to make like a fire effect on the bottom, and then we're going to top it off with Sexy Stranger on a Train from Mad Micah's. They have the most fun names. I'm going to make it kind of look like, as if there was like a frying pan on top. It won't be shaped like a frying pan. These are just the, bar soaps, but it gives that effect. That's what we're going for with soap, is always just for the effect. So I'm just gonna mix in my colors and my fragrances for those first two colors here. I'm not gonna show all the mixing because honestly it gets a bit monotonous, and I also had to, keep on a time crunch with getting these done in time so that the layers didn't set up, because I did not want it to be a layered. So sorry, my phone just went off. We'll ignore that. It didn't happen. I didn't want it to be a layered effect on here, because that doesn't really make me think fire. I want it to be kind of swooping in and out of each other as a fire would with the different colors. So, it's exciting. It's not the greatest fire you've ever seen in soap, but I'm not going for that. I don't I didn't want to get too crazy with it because I also didn't know how this fragrance would handle. I have not used this one in soap before because why would I test my fragrances first? But it handled really well. It did great. Fantastic fragrance. Highly recommend. I do love Brambleberry. They're fantastic. They're so good. I love them. So here we go. Here's my beautiful old mold. Eventually, I will get new molds. My friend July from Winnie and Walter, if you like amazing horror stuff, please go follow. She makes incredible things, and her son helps a lot too. And it's just, I love it. I love them. So she makes molds actually as well, which is what I'm most excited about. I think it's sometime in November, I want to say, that she has new molds coming that I am anxiously awaiting for, because they are the ones I want. Because I don't make huge batches at a time. I'm not so, well known that I go through that much soap, but I make enough. So she's got like a smaller sort of size coming out, and you can put them all inside of one of the big ones. And it just, the way it's set up, I'm excited. I'm gonna be ordering, and I will finally put these ones on the back burner for when I eventually do make enough to where I need to be making bigger batches. So you saw me pour them. We kind of swirled them in. I did like a high pour, and then I took it low so that it's not all the way down. I don't want these super swirly like a normal swirled soap. I want the layers, the colors still be prominent like layers, but to kind of dip into each other, which is what that effect gives. And then I'm pouring very low with this dark brown ochre black color. I love this color. It's so pretty. Really makes me think of like a frying pan, like the cast iron skillets. Especially when it's fully saponified. When you see it hardened at the end, I love it so much. So I'm just very carefully doing this because, I know. A lot of soapers do the spatula trick underneath the soap to keep their layers from getting too smushy, to keep it nice and flat. I have a lot of tremors and tics, and I cannot keep a steady hand. I cannot. I wish I could. I can't. My hands usually have a shake to them. I feel bad for anyone whenever I go get my nails done and treat myself, because that poor person has to deal with my hand shaking. Honestly, even tattoos, it's, I kind of go into it being like, this tattoo's not going to be the most perfect. I move a lot. I shake. I can't help it. I'm so sorry. Eric, my tattoo artist, I'm sorry. Anyhow, so we're gonna let that sit up. It's nice and solid now. Not solid, it hasn't been the 24 hours. You can still push it until then. But solid enough that the eggs and bacon are not going to fall through. You do not want to put your embeds on too soon, especially if they're ones you spent a long time working on. These were not super difficult to make, but it did still take me a while to make them. When I have to hand mold from soap dough rather than use a little silicone mold that I pour melt and pour into, it's a lot more time consuming. But the payoff is amazing. There's no comparison. Just no comparison. I love it. So I'm setting these on. Each soap bar is going to have 1 egg and 1 strip of bacon. I cannot wait. I have a craft fair coming up, and I'm going to be taking these to them. I'm going to list them the day before. I am so excited. You have no idea. I am stoked. I'm so stoked. I feel like these are going to be the big hit, because where I'm from, country kitchen type stuff really does well. It's a big hitter. I love my spooky stuff, but people aren't as into it as I am. I'm a goth girl in New Hampshire. It is what it is. So, comment below if you're goth like me and oddly placed in a weird state like me. So as you can see here, there are little notch marks on a couple of these, on the edge. And that's because I tried to use my multi-bar cutter, my beautiful big multi-bar cutter, but I did not space these properly enough. There's going to be at least 1 egg. There was going to be at least 1. We don't need that. So I'm taking out my trusty old single bar cutter. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm just going to take off the end. I like to get that big old nubbin off. I made only 8 of each embed so that I would have a nice big solid brick to do lots of sample bars at the end. I like to make sample packs. It's fun. They sell really well, honestly, because then people can try a bunch of different fragrances for a cheaper price and get to know if they like cold processed soap. It's just, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, what's the difference between that and Dove? No, there's a huge difference. I used to not know the difference, and then I tried some and I was like, whoa, this is amazing. So here's the inside. I love how these came out so much. So cute. So awesome. So rustic. Just the feeling I really wanted of that country kitchen feel. So if you like seeing these things, if you want to see more, I'm on all the social medias. All of them. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not as active on Facebook, but I am there. I can't be bothered. It doesn't, if you're a small business, maybe you understand, or maybe you have a completely different experience than I do. Facebook it's difficult. Social media is difficult. To find your target audience, I feel like right now, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, especially TikTok, are where it's most beneficial. I don't do well on Facebook. It is what it is. Facebook is mostly people I know and people I meet in person. And then Instagram is like maybe some people at, events, and then a whole bunch of people online. And then that's it. So if you have any of those, follow me. TikTok is my most common one. And I can't wait to see you again.